We out here, chilling on the spot. What up?
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling on the spot. What up?
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling on the spot.
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling on the spot.
What up?
Hey, everybody out there. It's the Negro Rocker Podcast coming at you.
Right is right, wrong is wrong, though. You know what I'm saying?
And I noticed it at first, but I was like, okay, maybe that's just no big deal, whatever.
And I get that part too, but hey, we still calling it that part.
Take ownership of that shit. Go get help and, seek help for that shit and, kind of correct your
They're politicking, rapping, shooting the breeze, trying to holler at a dame, hope, get something together for the weekend, whatever.
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling on the spot. What up?
It would be the volume of the conversations, though. It would be,
but I'm
boisterous. You know what I'm saying? We get up in there and we start doing us.
Just loud. Niggas just loud.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Negro Rockin' Podcast back at you. I-70 Connect. I'm the KC Stork. I'm like 1/6 of the Negro Rockin' Podcast, I think. Not 1/2. Full house today. We got 10 meters. We got the Brothers of Doom in the house. We got my man, part of the Brothers of Doom, fresh from the vacay, smelling like a key of the finest brick.
Cocaine.
God. No.
We got Big James. We got Joe Jeff in the house. We got the lady of Lavender in the house. So we good, man. It's time to roll, man. How everybody doing?
We're doing good, man. We're doing good. Yeah.
Let's go around the horns. You know what? Ladies first. How you doing, ma'am? Lady Lavender, ADA, a.k.a. Ada.
I'm doing really good. Very, very excited. In Kansas City now.
Ooh.
All right.
Enjoying my first week here.
Lovely. Did you love the weather, the tornadoes, and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I had a welcome back to the Midwest with the tornado warning, tornado watch.
Nah,
actual tornado
on the ground.
hit. Yeah, actual tornado hit in Lawrence. I guess the week before it hit in Jeff City and then in Lawrence.
Messed
It
up
was like a welcome back here. Oh yeah, where'd you guys end up going?
They had to split it up into 3 different venues. So instead of having in Jeff City, Class 5 and Class 3 went to Columbia, but in 2 different venues. Class 5 went to Battle High School. Class 3 went to Mizzou. And then I was in Class 4, so we had to drive damn near to St. Louis to Washington High School.
Wow. Oh, Washington's way out there. And really close to St. Louis. I remember that school.
Yeah, so that's what we ended up doing.
Ooh. Nice.
How did they do? Because you guys did you already have like hotels or anything reserved? How'd they deal with that?
Yeah, they did, but our district just went ahead and got on the stick and ordered some new ones. So the ones who were, in Jeff City right next to each other, so the people who were still going to Columbia, we were already going to be in Columbia and just drive down to Jeff City. Mm-hmm. So that group got to keep their rooms. I'm sure they just took the other reservations away and found a place not too far from Washington. So
Washington, there's like no hotels there. It's like a little bitty town.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the town we were actually in, but it was we went through Washington and then it was about another 20 minutes to our hotel. So
that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was you keep on going. That was your intro.
Oh, no, that's about it. I'm in Kansas City now, enjoying myself, enjoying my time with my guy, and starting work Monday. So it's like, it's all getting real.
Let's do it. And then, speaking of life changes, 10 meters was going on, man. How you doing? What?
Hey, I'm just chilling. Just waiting on the 17th of June.
Dog, are you like are you in a rack? Are you like being like stretched and quartered, nigga? What's happening? I just hear this squeaking. There's somebody else.
I don't know what the hell it. Oh, you know what? It might be my chair.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn Yeah.
You good? I was just making sure I didn't. Like you were talking and you were moving, so I was like,
Well,
I'm sorry, Negro. Negro. I'm sorry. We're trying to clean it up. Negro, your chair is squeaking.
Well,
but go ahead, man. My bad.
This is pretty old. But anyway, yeah. On the 17th, I'll be officially in Grand Rapids for 3 months, and then I might be coming back to Kansas City for a couple of weeks, and then I'm off to the next assignment.
There you go. And as you stated before, you're going to be a traveling electrophysiology technologist.
That's right.
All right. Cool. Well, best of luck to you, bro.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And then I'm gonna go to Joe because we're gonna save the other half of the Brothers of Doom because he got to get that powder off of him. But what's going? You already alluded, Joe, to we talked about that you're gonna have some runners, and you talked about some of the difficulties as far as the state meet this year. So what's good with you, man?
I mean, yeah, there's that. Like I said, we got my runner through in the 3200. He made it in spite of having to deal with Ramadan, not being able to eat nor drink for any of those rounds, and finished 10th at state. Nice. I think if he had under normal circumstances, I think he'd have been top 8 and been all state. But he kind of faded. It was hot that day. So I mean, it is what it is. He did an admirable job, and I think he gained a new understanding of who he was and what he could do.
Nice, nice, especially at that age.
And,
very nice.
Yeah, most definitely. And then my oldest daughter is currently in the south of France.
That's right.
So
right,
she's on her 6th grade trip with her class.
How you dealing with that?
The 6th graders go to France?
That's how we doing. That's how
I
we
see.
doing.
Oui.
They stay in France.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she out there putting out the Notre Dame, the sun. She putting out the fire.
She with the cleanup.
Right.
She out there cleaning up.
Y'all might need this bell or something. Go ahead and put that back. I don't know.
Right.
This gargoyle or something. I don't know. But no, she's down in the south of France in a city called Pau.
Okay.
And she should be back in the next couple of days. How I've been dealing with it, I mean, I don't know. I ain't talked to her since she left.
Yeah.
So they took her phone. I tried to get set up on Skype because obviously we custom Skype, but I guess she flipped to WhatsApp, and I just really didn't even.
Oh, you mean that app I told y'all to download?
All the kids is on WhatsApp.
Yeah. A lot of adults too.
So,
a lot of companies use it.
So I did.
The app I told y'all to get on
I ain't
too.
set it up yet. By the time I get it set up, she'll be back. So.
It's very easy. You download it, and then it takes your phone number, and you're on it.
I downloaded it. I just haven't done that. She'll be back like 2 days.
All I'm saying is, if you listen to the KC story, you already been on WhatsApp.
I see.
That's
what you want. Hey, that's what you want to flip to.
I don't know.
That's
the one I wanted to flip to.
Went there.
But anyway, nah.
Yeah, he went there.
What? I'm bringing up old stuff. My bad. It's not. It's about growth and improvement. About connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you good though.
It's not about butthole pleasures.
Yes, you got it. You got it. Yes, thank you. Thank you, James. Not about the rusty trombone.
Rusty trombone.
My bad. We already getting sidetracked. We still in the intro. We can't get sidetracked in the intro. That's a new record.
Hey man, as far as I'm concerned, we can take the whole episode off the rails.
Is it off the rails? Joe been drinking? He's like, do what you want.
We can get cracking from the get.
Well, all right, pimp. Well, hey, James, what's up, man? Married man, you back in the state? I'm surprised they let you back because you brown. I'm surprised they didn't try to say you was like Dominican or something, so you can't come back.
Yeah. Nah, man. They didn't want to keep me there. They was like, yeah, go on, take him back, man.
Take him back.
He's been down here. He's been down here running us ragged.
And like did Trump say he no pay for the Negroes, the Nicaraguans? He no pay for them.
Nah, he don't pay. They don't pay for us.
No, papi.
That's why I was like, I'm not worried about us getting kidnapped because we are like Dave Chappelle shit.
They
said we are bad bargaining chips.
Yeah, they say hello. We have 4 black hostages. Hello. Well, no, I remember how was the honeymoon, man? How was it?
Oh man, I really don't see how it could have got any better, man. I mean, like the flight down was quick and easy. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, we had like a layover in Houston, but that was a quick one. You know, I mean, the whole flight time total was like 4 hours.
Nice.
Total flight time. Nice. Yeah. So I was like, damn, y'all ain't bullshitting. Just get us on in here. And then like, you know, it's kind of overwhelming when you come in because like it's a tourist town, so everybody's trying to hustle.
Yep. Right.
Everybody's trying to and if we were been a little bit more schooled, we probably could have got over better than we did because like we figured out that all the like we wanted to do like a lot of different little activities there, but those things cost, you know.
Right.
And but all the resorts down there are trying to get you to join their memberships. They're not like timeshares, but they're kind of like timeshares. Mm-hmm. So in order for you to sit to the presentation, they'll do whatever because basically all the 3 things that we really wanted to do should have cost us $600, and we got all of them for $100 just by sitting through a presentation for the morning, and then next morning, you know. Okay. And a bottle of free tequila, you know.
That sounds like Las Vegas.
I just kept saying
about there.
They picked us up, took us to breakfast at their resort, toured. We toured all around, and then they sat down and started throwing numbers at us, and I just looked at them like,
baby.
Hey, you know they keep trying to hard sell you, and I'm just like, hey man, let me slow you down and like save your time and my time. No's gonna be no.
No. So go and get my bottle of tequila.
Right. So give me a bottle of tequila.
Give my voucher.
And we make sure. And we make sure. And the thing is, like, it's legit too because like in order for these guys to be at the airport, they got like little badges and everything. It's government sponsored.
Right.
Okay. Right.
So it's not like because I think but some years past there were some people that were hustling people. You know, tell them we'll give you this and give you that, and don't actually do it. But nah, it was all legit. We got our tickets, and they gave us cab money home, like cash. It was pesos, of course.
Nice.
But they was like, because we thought somebody was going to take us home. And like, nah, a cab ride costs this much. And they just peeled us off some money out the drawer with the box of tequila and the tickets.
Treat y'all like some one-night stands.
Right.
Considerate lovers.
And then the hotel, our resort we stayed in, was all-inclusive. Like everything. Food, drinks. We had a walkout pool out the back door of the hotel room. Of course they had Mexican food, buffet. They had a seafood restaurant, an Italian restaurant, I'm talking about like fine dining.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, like service waiters, like give whatever you want. I drank a whole bottle of wine and didn't realize it until after the meal was done.
Drunk ass.
Okay.
I was sloppy by the end, but didn't realize I was sloppy because it was good wine.
Yeah. Okay. And I've seen you sloppy.
I was like, shit.
Oh, Jesus, I got the vapors.
Right.
I don't know about birthing no babies.
They have a little amphitheater at the resort, so they have shows every night. Circus show with acrobats and all that kind of stuff. A show with a fire show where they fire twirlers and shit and all that. The biggest thing we did was there's a show called Rhythm of the Nights.
Okay.
And this is where they take you out to an island, and it's like an hour away from Puerto Vallarta,
right?
Where we're at. So you take a boat out there. And then it's like a straight up tropical island. Hammocks on the beach.
Nice.
They feed you. They feed you like a buffet.
Oh, that sounds good.
Like and like look, like straight up, little bamboo tables and all that kind of stuff, authentic type shit. And then they walk you through the jungle when dinner's over, and it opens up into a big amphitheater. The stage looks like a Aztec temple.
Okay.
And then they got like a straight up Circus Deo type thing.
Okay.
Mexican thing. I mean, like full, like singing.
It wouldn't look like Caligula type shit though. That's what it sounds like about to happen.
Yeah.
Like doing dangerous shit, you know.
So my question,
they slinging fire across the stage and all that, lighting the whole damn stage up with fire and all that.
So hold on, Pip. So is that when the Caligula type shit kicked off?
that probably could have been when that set off, but you know we went about that kind of life.
Yeah,
I left life behind.
It's weird. It gets weird.
There's just so many things. I mean, for real, I could go on and on. I won't, but it was safe. I felt very safe the whole time.
Good.
The hotel keeps track of you. Like when you leave, they take, you know, who are you, what room you in, and they take down the license plate number of the vehicle you're leaving in. Like because we took Uber sometimes.
Yeah.
You know. Right. And then when you come back, they say, okay, you're back and that sort of thing. So, I mean, even when we were walking around downtown, you know, people, I mean, of course, it's, like I said, there's lots of hustlers out there trying to make money, but they don't harass you, you know. They ask if you want to buy something, and, you know, you tell them a couple times that you good, and they keep on rolling. You know, they don't keep coming back, which was cool. I mean, it's a huge tourist town, so they're all about keeping the tourists happy, you know. So, I mean, like I said in the pregame, I would recommend it to anybody. It was fun. The weather was perfect. The ocean was beautiful. The everything you can either stay on the resort and live like a king, or you can explore the city and the outer areas. You know, and there's lots of culture for you to see and do. So it was, and plus I was with my new wife, so that just made it even better. Made it perfect, you know. It was.
There go my baby, ooh, girl. My bad.
I don't think it could have got that much better, man.
Well, good, man. You look happy. She look happy. Y'all look happy. That shit's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, man. Life is good, man.
How should be,
man.
How should be. And last but not least, me, my old black ass. Doing good. The lady Lavender is here. She's made it, so I'm happy. The other side, I'm not happy about.
Wait a minute. How'd you convince her to come to KC, man?
She was drugged.
Have you seen me, nigga?
That's what I'm saying.
Have you seen me? I'm just playing.
Yeah, we seen you. That's the problem.
Okay. So y'all some motherfucking hate. Y'all some haters right now. I don't know, dog. I ain't gonna lie, dog. Not to be on no simplistic like simp shit, but like I don't know. She just she likes me, she loves me, and she wants to be here. So I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know.
That's gotta be just straight love, man.
Gotta be. Gotta be. But the other side of that is kind of a sadness because as Tim Meter said earlier, he is leaving. It is for sure. I actually helped complete some of his documentation today, so I know it's for sure. And just salute to that brother, man. Like, I left nursing school. I didn't even know what EP was. And there were like 3 people of color at the KU lab. So it was Tim Meters, Anthony, Marquita, our sister, as we call her, the other sister, Angie. And they kind of took me on their wing, man, taught me a lot, man. Like I said, I didn't know nothing about no goddamn EP. And they taught me about it and made me to where when I left KU after 3 years, I was a team lead, you know. So they really set me up properly to be a good person. So it's really going to be a big deficit when you leave, bruh. And it's kind of bittersweet because, I mean, I want you to go out there, experience the world, do all you can do. You know, before as we get older and we don't want to get out too much, but live your life, bruh, and on top of that, make that money while you're living your life. So, but yeah, man. So it's definitely bittersweet on that end of it. So it's like I got the best of both worlds. I got my lady who I've been wanting to have here, and then I got my brother in crime as far as EP goes taking off. So it's it's definitely. I guess you could say break it even right now, but I'm sure the lady in Lavender will make up for the deficit.
Man, I appreciate that, man. But yeah, like it's kind of bittersweet for me because, I mean, I cut my teeth over there at the University of Kansas Hospital. Shout out to them.
Yep.
They pretty much I learned everything from them, and then kind of like added to working under this one doctor, and I'm gonna shout his name out. He's like one of my favorite doctors, of all time. Dr. Lackeretti. He taught me a great deal of everything that I know in EP, and I'm not like one of those brothers that are selfish that keeps and hoards all the information to himself.
That does happen a lot. And when we say EP,
you don't want to be the only nigga. I'm the only Negro out here.
And when we say EP for people who've been listening, and when we say EP for people who've been listening or haven't been listening, it's electrophysiology. So everyone seems to know what cath lab. That's the plumbing. We're on the other side of the house, so we fix the electricity of the heart. So that's what we talk about. We talk about EP. Right. So go ahead, Pimp. My bad.
So, but yeah. I wanted to share my knowledge with other people, especially people of color, try to bring them along as well. And when I saw you, I said, hey, it's a perfect opportunity to show him some of the things.
James want to say something crazy. James want to say something crazy. I already knew it.
I said, that Negro needs help.
Hey, James, you and Joe, well, I guess I the two, but normally longer than anybody on this podcast. So, man, like, you get there, ain't nobody talking to me. So, you know me, I'm crazy anyway, so I'll be in the corner singing to myself, talking to myself. I think Anthony was like, before this Negro snap and kill everybody, let me befriend him, because he already in the corner singing and talking to himself. Hey, dog, I think it was a calculated measurement. Like, I normally don't help nobody, but this old big old John Coffee looking nigga might come in here and kill us all.
It's kind of like self-preservation.
Like self-preservation. Now, Rodger, before you go load that gun, now remember, I helped you.
Remember, I talked to you.
I talked to you when them other niggas didn't. I talked to you.
When they
remember that.
Now let me pass. But nah, definitely, bro. Appreciate it. Thanks for everything, man. And you coming back. It's all good. As long as me and Otta got a roof, you got a roof. Because I mean, hell, shit, you gave me a roof and I needed one, bro. So it's always love.
Much love, man.
Yes, sir. So, happy introductions. Everyone's doing good. Let's get to the news of the world, which isn't so happy. So, if y'all been looking out, keeping track, if you got Twitter, you got Facebook, if you got any kind of cellular device, you saw down in Virginia Beach, today, there was a shooting by a disgruntled employee at Virginia Beach Municipal Center. Initially, when the report came out, there were 11 confirmed dead. Now there's, as of 9:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there are 12 dead. And yeah, just every sometimes like 2-3 times a week, we're seeing this play out. And I know a long time ago, we talked about like gun control and things of that nature. And of course, there is, and I alluded to owning a pistol. Of course, there's no clear-cut answer to it all, but definitely the fact that we can't even address or talk about regulations in this society, as far as like in the U.S., is kind of disturbing. So, I mean, let's talk about it.
I'll go first. I mean, it's now becoming, like a common occurrence as far as gun violence, multiple shootings happening where, a a crazed, I would say, gunman walks into a public area, opens fires, like either in a school, park, or wherever. It's becoming almost common now, and yet, people of authority don't want to address it or don't want to come, kind of like push it off to the side because you have gun lobbyists on one end pushing for gun rights, and the thing is, it's not taking the rights to own a weapon away. It's basically regulating who should own, who should be responsible to own those weapons. It's not telling you what you can't own. It's just telling you who needs to be responsible. And in my personal experience, being military and all, in my opinion, I feel that no citizen should own any military type weapons, and what that includes is your powerful like M16, which is the AR 15, I think. In the American, the civilian version, they shouldn't own it because you can easily disable someone with a 38 if you're skilled enough, or you can even disarm.
You can kill somebody with a knife.
Right. If you're skilled enough, But and that's just my opinion. That we do need to have some type of governance when it comes to owning guns. That's just my opinion. You could come and challenge me all day about it, but I did not say that you don't have the right to own a weapon. But I'm saying certain weapons need to be outlawed.
Right, but even with that though, like this guy here, I'm trying to find it. I read it. I believe he had a pistol and a rifle, and a rifle could be just your regular hunting rifle. It could be a regular hunting rifle. So even further than that though, like we're at the point where you can't even talk about like just a better, thorough background check. We're stuck at that. Forget like saying certain variations of rifles can't be sold in the U.S. We're still at the point where people are really debating whether a further or more thorough background check, which means like you might have to wait an additional day. We do better background checks for people to get housing than for people to get a firearm.
Yeah, I agree because to get a firearm, nowadays it's much easier. I've had experience where, just looking into getting a firearm or whatever, looking to purchase, I find it easier rather than, trying to get a house or whatever.
The handgun I have, I literally went to the range. I was like, ooh, I like that one. Mm-hmm. Took it to the range, fired it, showed them my ID. Within 30 to 40 minutes, I owned that weapon that I just fired at the range.
Right. So without a background check or whatever.
I'm sure. I don't know what kind of background check they do, but it's very quick. Mm-hmm. So. Anyone else out there? No?
I don't know. We just keep going on with the same thing over and over again, but it just shows like the lack of concern that people have over people like dying daily from gun violence. And it's gun violence. It's not knife violence. It's not hammer violence. It's not billy club violence.
Sorry, dog. You say hammer violence. I thought about that nigga MC Hammer catching that chicken. My bad.
Right.
My bad.
It is. These are guns being used, and the thing is, man, we focus on the mass killings, but man, it's plenty of other, just regular everyday,
exactly,
domestic situations, or just people getting in arguments and all that sort of thing, where people get murdered that have been ignored for for years and years and years. At least there's some attention going on when they started killing people in public places and that sort of thing that were not the urban type. It's just it's disheartening. It's ridiculous. Anybody that actually cared about people in general would not have a problem with at least putting better regulations and enforcing the laws that are already in place. If you got a problem with that, then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, but let it be about a woman's vagina. We'll have all kind of regulations.
You think?
I'm just saying.
They go hard on that.
Oh yeah, well we talked about that last episode, but yeah, for sure they go hard for that. They'll have that shit from the Supreme Court, chop, real quick.
But
maybe
something as simple as universal background checks. A thorough universal background checks. They're trying to take our guns, and man, get out of here.
Lady Lavender, I know it's gonna be hard, but maybe if the women could start hiding the guns in their vaginas, then there'll be better regulations of the guns.
This is probably true.
Like, wait a minute, they put guns in their pussies? Oh no, we gotta
can't have that.
Sew them up, sew all the pussies up. Like, wait a minute, hold on. Jim Bob. Hey, Joe, Jeff, you got anything to say about this before we move on?
What happened to the Braves law?
It expired.
Yeah.
It went from like 94 to 90 to 2004, and they just didn't renew it.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah. We had an assault rifle ban for 10 years, and it expired.
Yep.
That's crazy.
But even with this one though, I don't know if he had an assault rifle.
I know. I hear you on that, but I think there's a high percentage of these mass shootings that are done with AR-15s. It's really high.
Oh no, I agree with that. I'm just saying that I think in general there should be more regulations across the board as far as just whether it's a pistol, where you're going to get a fucking hunting rifle across the board.
Yeah.
Any type of firearm.
Right. If it's any type of fire, because let's be honest, they are killing machines.
Yeah. I mean,
anytime that you are specifically for killing, these are for killing. This ain't no. Because people try to say, "What about a car?" No, it's not. A car is a specific purpose.
I hate that.
Killing.
I hate that lazy ass argument where it's well, cars kill more people, and I'm like, yeah, you have to actually go and show that you're able to handle a car and drive it by a state regulated official. So by your argument, your ass should have to go to a range and pass a test by a state regulated official that says you can handle this weapon
responsibly, right?
Yeah, I hate that argument, because then when you get into the weeds of it, it's like, well, I agree with you. Yeah, we're agreeing. You should have to pass the test to get your handgun. You should.
Right. You should have to have insurance.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
All that, dog. But
insurance or
but we're all reasonable, smart Negroes.
I forgot what country it was, but they do even a home visit to make sure that the home is okay and have background checks, not only including the stuff that we do here, but they talk to people that you're friends with in your family to make sure that you're suitable to be able to own guns. I can't remember what country it was. I just read about it a few weeks ago.
Right. And if someone commits a crime with your gun, you're responsible.
Yes,
exactly. But that's reasonable legislation. That's never going to happen here. Not here.
No.
Yeah, not here. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
And I'll make an executive decision, because we're talking about handguns and people being unreasonable and wielding them in a very illegal way. So let's go on and just talk about. It makes sense to roll with it. So
Campground Kathy.
Oakley Annie, Campground Kathy, Klan member Kathy, however you want to call it. So I almost say Klan ground. White campground manager, pretty much. white campground manager pulls gun on black Mississippi couple trying to have a picnic, right?
Right.
So I read the story earlier. So this is Starkville, Mississippi. So they don't really specify if this is like a private area, but basically, I guess you have to have.
It's not private.
Well, no, but they had, but I guess people do make like any park. People make reservations for like certain areas of like if we want to have this shelter, you have to make a reservation. Blah blah blah. So basically, it falls under that kind of thing there. But for this white lady, and as always, the links that we talk about will be in the show notes. This white lady who will be in the show notes. Let's see, Jessica Richardson captured. Well, she's the one to capture encounter. I'm trying to find the lady's name here. Boo boo. Anyway, it's not man. I'll keep saying it, but it's not important. So basically, this black couple's out in Mississippi, Starkville, Mississippi, at this campground, trying to enjoy a picnic. This white lady who is a manager, not just random white lady who decides that niggas shouldn't be here today, but a manager for one of the campgrounds decides that these people shouldn't be here today. So she is employed by this campground, rolls up on this couple, says they shouldn't be here. They explain to her that they talked to another person who's in charge of the campground that says that they don't have to have a reservation just to have a picnic as long as they're not at the shelter or whatever.
Right.
And this lady basically says, no, that's not true. Y'all need to leave. And in the span of 5 minutes decides that she's going to pull a gun on this couple to get them to leave.
Well, I mean, this is an example there. This story.
Hey, hold on. I'm going to play the video real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, man. What happened? Didn't play. Guess there's no sound. So here you see her brandishing the pistol, kind of walking up to them. There's a gentleman who walked away. I believe his girlfriend or fiance, wife, whatever, is the one videotaping this woman. There's no sound, but why is there no sound?
That's all you had to say.
There we go. We'll start it over. My bad, y'all.
This lady literally just pulled a gun because we out here and didn't have reservations for a lake that we didn't even know we had to have reservation for. We didn't know. The only thing you had to do was tell us.
We didn't know, man.
We didn't know. The only thing you had to do was tell us to leave. We would have left. You did not have to pull a gun.
Well, I'm just telling you, you need to leave.
We're leaving.
Because it's under private ownership.
Well, that's all you had to say. That's all you had to say.
Y'all just can't be out here.
Well, that's fine.
They will not let you. They're the ones that have it.
That's fine.
A fucking gun because you're out somewhere. It's like you're out somewhere. Maybe there's private property, but according to this couple, they asked before coming here, do we need a residence? Because they check. Because as black people in America, we normally check. Hey, are they gonna be tripping if we show up here?
Right.
We don't want the cops called. Once cops get called, we either get choked to death or shot or some shit like that. And they were told you don't need a reservation to be here because you're not like securing a shelter or whatever. Right. And old lumpy knee campground Kelly decided to roll up with her pistol out.
Hey, dog, she looked like she was about to shoot her pants off with that pistol.
Dog, I don't know if you ever saw that video of that cop in the classroom who shot himself.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I was hoping she would just shoot her fupa. And if anybody don't know what a fupa is a fatter upper pussy area, so that fat roll above the pussy. I was hoping she would shoot herself in that, dog, and that'd be the end of it. And she just bleed out.
Oh, man, but she tried to put that thing in her pocket, man. Oh, man. But anyway, I mean, this is just an example that show you that racism is still alive and kicking. You know, and I mean, shout out to Mississippi. You know, y'all are keeping racism alive. I mean,
hey, shoot. But here's the key. Here's the key, though, right? So they were married, right? So Richardson. So earlier on, we found her name, Jessica Richardson, which is the wife of Franklin Richardson. Franklin Richardson, an Army National Guard sergeant who recently returned from a 9-month deployment overseas. And it's funny because everyone wants. Because I got to talk with someone about like how different it is. And I mean, look, it is better. I can actually drink out of a water fountain that another white man drinks out of. It gets better, but like you think about like World War II, World War II.
Oh yeah,
when black soldiers were coming back home and still having to face. I mean, I think me and Joe talked about what was that, Mudbone?
Yeah,
we talked about that, and it's like this kind of echoes that. Here's this man who just recently came home from a 9-month deployment, and he's met with a old white woman telling him he can't be here, while flashing the handgun on him.
Right.
It's just crazy to me.
I just want to know where the police at.
Yeah, she got.
They show up any other time,
bruh. James, she didn't get no charges, bruh. She just got fired.
Right, I'm saying. I don't even have to say it. If the roles are reversed,
right?
You talking about that? You talking about that? Itwan? Shout out to a high five starter.
Right.
That if that was a nigga.
Right. Exactly.
Could you imagine my big black ass rolled up to some white people with my handgun out talking about y'all can't be here at Swope Park?
They would have shot your ass.
And then let the white dude be a white dude who just did 9 months overseas. Oh, nigga, they will hang, nigga. They will reopen the landing just to hang me in the parking lot.
Disrespecting our good black soldiers like that,
bruh.
He was over there defending your black ass.
Defending your black ass, so you and your black children can get welfare assistance and live off the teat.
Assistance to eat all the chicken and watermelon you want. And this is how you repay him.
That's how you repay him. That's how you repay. Hold on. Why are you even? Hold on. Why are you even looking a white woman in the eye?
Right.
In the eye.
Yeah, it be totally different. Totally different.
Just a little bit. Oh man. But yeah, shot.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So enough about handgun violence. Let's talk about a different kind of violence. The violence of stupidity. We talk about our president. Let's talk about the violence of the pet. This is. I ain't gonna take high five starters shit away, but this is another Itwine segment. New York Times. Let's not upset the president. The White House tells the Navy to hide the U.S.S. McCain, which is named after the late Senator John McCain, who is a prisoner of war for. Huh?
Named after his granddaddy.
Granddaddy. My bad. Yeah. Who was John McCain, who was a POW.
Right.
He got caught though.
That's why. He was weak.
That's why.
And that's what he said.
That's what he said. He likes his people that didn't get caught. He's a loser.
Dog, could you imagine if the God, Barack Obama, had said, of course he gonna lose to me. He got caught. He a loser.
Dude, they done had tar and feathers.
Dog, Barack Obama would have been hanging next to me at the landing, nigga. We got a spot for you right next to this nigga like to pull guns on white women.
Nah, they had this shit on pay-per-view, bro.
It been pay-per-view, and I would have been the opening card.
Yeah, preliminary.
I would have been. I just would have been making sure the rope worked.
Yeah. Now the grand finale. We got.
Thanks, James, for correcting me on that. But yeah, man. So of course, Trumpito, the big Cheeto, he denies that he told anyone to do that. Hold on. So I'm gonna play some of this video here for y'all.
I wasn't involved. I would not have done that. I was very angry with John McCain because he killed health care. I was not a big fan of John McCain in any way, shape, or form. I think John McCain had a lot to getting President Bush, a lot to do with it, to go into the Middle East, which was a catastrophe. To me, John McCain, I wasn't a fan, but I would never do a thing like that. Now, somebody did it because they thought I didn't like him, okay? And they were well-meaning, I will say. I didn't know anything about it. I would never have done that.
So, dog, in all of that, this nigga's like a nigga caught cheating. So, in all of that, this motherfucker never said they shouldn't have done it. Mm-hmm. They should have done it, and like I would make sure this never happens again. He basically went down.
He was steady, but he was like steady shitting on him this whole time. Though.
Now, hey, hey, I ain't never cheated. Hey, I ain't never cheated. The pussy was wet. The booty was big. The titties looked nice. She got a nice face. She got DSLs. I don't know why my wife thought I cheated, but I wouldn't have cheated if I had cheated. I don't know. What y'all want me to say? It's like, nigga, what? You sound like a man that's got caught cheating.
He did. Oh God. I never did this.
I hate that this man's my boss.
How much would it cost to just to move the ship out the way?
I don't know, dog. How much would it cost just to fucking fly the helicopter that this nigga was on into the ocean?
Then they just put like a tarp over the name.
No, they just put a big ass. They put that tarp over, dog.
Is that all they did? I thought they was going. I don't know.
Dog, it looks so sloppy, dog.
It looks like some straight trailer trash type shit, man.
Hey, it look like when they trying to put a tarp on the field and nigga fall down, they gotta stop.
Right.
It didn't look bad, dog. It's like they said Lily just cover the name.
Just cover the name. Don't set them off. We got. It's like with a kid, man. When you like, oh, don't take him past that store because he's scared of the clowns in the window or something. Like he'll go off if you take him by there.
And that's how I know I couldn't be in the press. Go ahead, Joe.
Did they achieve their objective?
I don't know. I guess they did, dog.
Oh God.
We spending this whole articles about the shit now.
Yeah. It backfired for sure.
Oh, that's a super backfire.
Because now they complaining that he's salty that they did it and he didn't know they was gonna do it. Right. And it's a story. He's mad because it's a story now.
Hold on.
Yeah. Against him.
Hold on.
Right, because it makes him look like a petty child that he is.
I mean, we're bringing the truth to the light. You are a petty child.
Hey, James.
This is shit that you do.
Hey, James, I'm going to take back my apology, dog. They say that the ship is named after Senator John McCain.
That's not because what I read earlier said that it was named after like one of his either his dad or his grandfather.
They may have recommissioned it though. That can happen too.
Okay.
That can happen too. That's why I got messed up on. I thought I read. Yeah, but they can recommit. You know what? That's not even important.
Yeah.
But we missing the real story.
But you see me scrolling. I'm sharing the screen, my brother. You see me scrolling.
We missing the real story is that the United States government commissioned the USS W.A.S.P.
So the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, dog.
That's the real story, dude. Me and Rodger on Facebook been throwing jokes, man, because it's like, dude, they doing misdirection, man.
They doing misdirection.
Running the opposite on these niggas, man. hey, let me point over here where Trump is mad about John McCain, but don't look at this ship called the USS W.A.S.P, nigga.
The USS W.A.S.P. Hold on, so I'll read this paragraph, but hold on though. But this lets you know about how much of a hole our president is, though, right? So when several sailors from the McCain wearing uniforms that bore the ship's name and insignia turned up anyway at the W.A.S.P to hear Mr. Trump's speech. They were turned away, the service member said. The service member who requested anonymity, but But then again, he might face repercussions, or she. But they say he here. Because he was not allowed to speak publicly, said that the gate guard told the two sailors they were not allowed on the W.A.S.P because they were from the McCain. Support our troops, though.
Could you imagine they let Trump on the USS W.A.S.P? He can make a speech from any ship, nigga.
Hey, who? That's a good strong ship. Hey, dog, but hold on though, dog. But the colonization is so strong. The people with New York Times probably even realize that. Wait a minute, the U.S.S. false.
No, dude, we really need to go public with this shit because I think we the only ones who realize how fucked up that is.
Hey, dog. Hey, cause as soon as you said it, I hit that Weebay gift, dog.
Oh shit!
Nigga would have gone long form, nigga. The USS White Anglo-Saxon Protestants.
Oh shit!
But hold on, I'm gonna go back. Hold on. But it's crazy though, cause like this. Dang it. God dang it.
And nobody talking about this shit though, man. We the only ones.
I know. I was like, so I had to go back and read it, and I was like, this Negro, right, bruh? I had to, dog. I was Weebay, dog. I was on the wire, dog. I was looking around.
Yeah.
But,
right, man, you're right. That is the real story, man. He made the speech.
But hold on though. But I don't know if y'all was keeping up, though.
Talking about that with us, man. That's crazy.
The U.S.S. W.A.S.P.
Fuck that shit. That's the episode name. The USS W.A.S.P.
Hey, there we go. We try to get away from that, but we would. It should be.
It is.
Hey, but what's crazy is I don't know if y'all peeped last week though. There was a air crew that was spotted with a patch that they made, and I got it up. I don't know if y'all can see the screen.
Mm-hmm.
A different kind of MAGA. Make air crew great again.
Make what? Make what great again?
Make air crew great again.
Oh God.
So here's the thing, though, right? As a military, like I get on the air in a civilian, not under the guise of Staff Sergeant Winston, blah 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 blah. But when I'm in uniform, it's not supposed to be political. It's not supposed to be I promote this person, that person, that person. It's not. So when I see things like this, and we talk about Itwan, or you talk about somebody from brown people, Puerto Rico or something. Imagine like some brown person, whether it be Barack Obama, with a patch like this, talking about hope again or something like that. They would have burned down whatever vessel they made this patch for.
Yeah.
And I know that because I remember when it was my second deployment to Iraq. I remember like lieutenant colonels. You talk about lieutenant colonel. When you're a colonel, the next step is general. So you're pretty high up there in the ranks. You're pretty respected. In most AOCs, which are areas of concentration for our officers, colonel's pretty much your ceiling. So you reach the top. There's no one can touch you anyway. Once you make major or lieutenant colonel, no one can touch you anyway. So they're out openly just talking about what a shitbag President Obama is. He's probably from Kenya, and I'm like, as a staff sergeant, I'm kind of looking at him like, excuse me, are we supposed to be having this conversation right now out in public? And they saw my disgust, and they kind of like looked away, but they kept talking because ain't nothing I can do as a staff sergeant.
No.
That'd be like me going to Steve Jobs as some dude who's making the iPhone say, "Hey man, this design is all stupid. What's wrong with you?" I'll be fired the next day.
Right.
So yeah, so when I see stuff like this, man, as someone who lives it, loves it, does it still to a small degree, it's just funny what we allow this man to do and get away with, specifically to me, as far as like within the branches of service.
Right.
Because I mean, what he does as far as like with the civilian population, that's one thing, dog, and that still disgusts me in my role as a civilian. But when you start placating and playing these games with the military, and and don't get me wrong, I wasn't the biggest fan of John McCain, but at least John McCain had the balls to shut down people when they started questioning Barack Obama's citizenship. And that's when I saw him do that, that's something I really, really respected. Because at that point in time, with the Tea Party cranking up and all that shit, even though he did let old dumbass Sarah Palin slide in, and she brought that wave with her, he did personally shut down a lot of that. Hold on, we not gonna do that. Right. So I respect it for that, but to see that, man, it's kind of disgusting, bro. Especially as a man who was a POW, and I know, fuck it, I'm gonna still call him Little Arms. I get it. Yeah. It's going. Them jokes gonna happen still, because overall you're still a piece of shit to me. Them jokes still gonna happen, but to allow for you as someone who says I respect military as the commander-in-chief and to do this shit, play these games, it's fucking disgusting. I'm sorry.
Right. I agree. I mean, as a former member of the military, I mean, I have never seen shit like this. In my time spending, with the military, I've never seen anyone personally, represent politics within the ranks. No one. I mean, you probably talked about it, out of uniform or whatever, but you never really ever displayed it on your uniform. It was just not in, and I was a little bit more traditional than what Winston was, because I'm from that old army, that's still that old mentality army where, a lot of stuff we didn't really get away with.
I'm from the same. I think I'm from the last. It might have been a generation after me, but I'm from the generation of, and it's cool now that it is that way. But there was no male or female basic training world. That's widespread. At that point in time, it was still like just I believe Fort Jackson, which was a co-ed. But now it's more widespread. So yeah, I'm still from the same thing, but it's still. This speaks more to the leadership and what they allow than anything else.
Right.
Which is a sickness in itself.
Right.
So that's that. As far as I mean, yeah. But because here you got, you look at my screen, you got these people catching Captain Please, and still there we go. And I didn't, you know what, hey Joe, I saw this, I didn't realize that the thing we're talking about happened aboard the U.S.S. W.A.S.P.
We're back on the W.A.S.P.
Yep.
No, it's all coming together now, dog.
Full circle.
I thought it was a different ship, but now I'm like, wait a minute, because I saw the report of this. These goofy bastards wearing this fucking patch that's not a military patch. Mm-hmm. I saw that before I saw this thing about him wanting to hide the U.S.S. John McCain or John McCain, however it is. Mm-hmm. But it's the same day.
Wow.
But here we go though, and I get specifically you get like Air Force, Navy, the percentage of brown and black people tends to decrease, and that speaks more, and that can kind of go to some of the racism and some of the shit as far as like perceived intelligence quotas for Air Force, Navy. We can get into that a whole different time. But there's still going to be 4 or 5 black people out there on these ships, on these boats, and like there's a part of me that goes, like, if that's me on this boat with all these white boys wearing this "Make Air Crewman Great Again" on the USS W.A.S.P, because I'm sure Joe would had sent me a letter talking about, "Hey, bro, you on the Anglo-Saxon?" And then I would have been like, my third eye would have been back open, and it's like, dog, like all that at once, dog. That's a lot. That's like, I mean, I know people throw that word around in this day and age, but that's a lot of trauma, dog. That's a lot to handle.
Yeah. Oh shit!
I'm on a boat with all these white boys wearing this MAGA, but now they we're so clever. Make air crewmen great again.
You gonna have to do some. You gonna have to do some recon and see if you don't know somebody that's seen this ship or been on it. Because I wonder if there's some covert shit going on. Like
it gotta be, dog.
Like you know, like
I believe
it's a W.A.S.P, but it's really the W.A.S.P.
I ain't gonna say his name because Alice trained me, or Lady Lavender's trained me. I ain't gonna say his name. But I got some family members up on high. I'm gonna have to hit them up. Like, hey man, I'm gonna need some numbers, dog. I need to know what's going on.
Right.
Dude, I saw that, man. I was like, hold up. The what?
Hey, dog. Soon, like I said, dog. Literally, as soon as you said, dog, it was the wee bake. I was at work had my hand on my chin, dog. Like he right. He right.
Right.
Okay. I mean, we can go. Actually, I guess we are going to go about Donald Trump a little bit. Oh man, hold on.
Yeah, Robert Mueller.
Before we get to the meat, it's a little more potato, which kind of leads